Rolake, Rolake, what have you done? You have ruined us. Mr. Ayomide Oladiji and Mrs. Nkechi Oladiji lived in Lagos with their only daughter, Rolake. Despite being their only daughter, they instilled discipline, teaching her the value of respect, hard work, and morality. But as Rolake grew older, she became an incredible stubborn teenage girl. Everything her parents warned her against only seems to fuel her eagerness to try new things. While in most cases, children are influenced by bad company, in Rolake's case, she was the bad company. Her parents couldn't understand where she had picked up such behavior. It certainly wasn't from them. Controlling and disciplining her became a struggle. Argument filled the house as Rolake constantly posted pictures and videos of herself on social media, often wearing almost nothing. Yet, as deviant as she was, she never dared to wear such outfit at home. Her parents tried everything to stop her. At times, they even locked her in her room before leaving her for work. But Rolake always found a way out, whether by breaking the lock or sneaking through an escape route. Now, at 19 years old, Rolake had developed a taste for clubbing, smoking, and even hookups. People often reported her behavior to her parents. Even their neighbors began to reach out, concerned about her. One day, Iya Fatima, the next door neighbor, visited Mrs. Nkechi. Mama Rolake, all these things I dey hear about your pikin, na true? I no wan believe am. Small pikin of yesterday, Iya Fatima said, clearly troubled. Mrs. Nkechi sighed deeply. Iya Fati, now today you start to hear am. You did this compound now. You see everything. We have tried our best to. What have we not done? We have disciplined her, begged her, punished her, even beat her. What else? Or is it prayer? I don't know why my enemies have decided to use our only child to deal with us. Iya Fatima could feel the sorrow in Mrs. Nkechi's voice. She spoke with compassion. Mama Rolake, all will be well. I will join you in praying for her. I will also try to talk some senses into her head. With a sense of relief and a little hope that Iya Fatima's words might change Rolake, Mrs. Nkechi replied, Iya Fati, thank you. I really appreciate it. Despite Iya Fatima's effort to talk to her, she continued down a rebellious path. To make matters worse, she just met TJ, a young man with a questionable reputation. TJ was a drug dealer, known for his charisma and good looks. He had a way of making girls fall for him, and Rolake was no exception. They met at a club, and TJ was immediately drawn to Rolake's beauty and rebellious spirit. Rolake, on the other hand, found herself drawn to TJ, charisma and confidence. She was curious about his mysterious nature. The way he seems untouchable, like he could get away with anything. Don't want you seeing that boy anymore, her mother pleaded. He is not good for you. We don't want you to get hurt. That boy doesn't love you. Rolake, as stubborn as ever, refused to listen. She was convinced that TJ loved her and that he would change for her. I am an adult, mommy, Rolake said, with a little attitude. I can make my own decision, and besides, TJ is not as bad as you think he is, mommy. Her close friends also tried to warn her. Rolake, we are worried about you, one of them said. TJ is not a good guy. He will only mess with your life. Don't say we didn't tell you anything. Rolake continued seeing TJ, but no one supported their relationship, even her friends. The hushed conversations, the quick glances, the sudden silence when she entered the room. But soon, it became clear that they were pulling away, excluding her from their hangouts. But Rolake was too far gone to listen. Anytime anyone tried to advise her, she would roll her eyes and make silly faces like they were wasting their time. As far as she was concerned, TJ loved her, and that was all that mattered. In no time, Rolake became completely lost in her relationship with TJ. She distanced herself from her friends and family, spending all her time with her lover, TJ and his so-called friends. One night, after a party, Rolake and TJ got into a fight. She caught him flirting with another girl. It was right in front of her, bold and shameless. She couldn't stand it. She stormed out of the party, but TJ followed her, apologizing, begging for forgiveness, swearing he was so drunk and didn't know what he was doing. Rolake was torn. A part of her wanted to leave him, but the part of her that still loved him felt like it was nothing too serious to worry about. She forgave him. As months passed, Rolake started to notice some changes in her body. She was tired all the time and her period had stopped. She took a pregnancy test and her heart sank when she saw the positive results. She was pregnant with TJ's baby. The thought of going back home with pregnancy seems impossible. So, she resorted to telling only TJ about it. She went to his house, nervous about his reaction, but told him anyway, hoping he would be supportive. Instead, TJ laughed in her face. "Young lady, you think you can fool me to believe I am the father?" he sneered, his eyes scanning her body with disgust. "So you are still doing hookups, eh?" He laughed, amused. What was I even expecting? I should have known better. Once a hookup girl, always a hookup girl. Rolake, go back to the streets where you belong and find the father of that thing in your belly. Rolake felt a stinging sensation in her eyes as tears began to well up. She hadn't known what to expect, but she never imagined TJ could be so cruel. "Honey, please, I beg you, stop saying this. It is your baby. I have not slept with anyone else since I met you," she pleaded with a trembling voice. "We've been together for months. Who else could be me?" But TJ was unmoved. He stood up, towering over Rolake, and looked at her with contempt. "This relationship is over, Rolake," he said coldly. "You can't pin me down with another man's baby. I will forgive you and take you back if you get rid of this baby. Until then, it is over between us." Rolake felt shattered. Please, don't do this to me. Where will I go? I can't go back home like this. Please, honey." TJ's expression grew even colder. "Who's your honey? You should have thought about that before opening your legs to those men," he spat. "I will let you stay only if you remove that thing." Rolake's world crumbled around her. She felt alone and heartbroken. She thought about all the times she had been warned about him, all the lies he told her, and now he was asking her to get rid of the baby. Despite her reservation, Rolake decided to go through with the abortion. She couldn't bear the thought of raising a child alone, and she hoped that getting rid of the baby would bring peace in her relationship with TJ. After the abortion was done, TJ apologized to her The relationship seems peaceful until a month later, when Rolake discovered she was pregnant again. She was devastated. How could this have happened again? This time, when she went to the clinic, the doctor warned her against aborting the baby, telling her that she will never be able to conceive again. Rolake was horrified. She was not ready to be a mother. But now, the possibility of never being able to have children was a harsh reality. She told TJ about the pregnancy, and surprisingly, he was calm. "Everything will be okay, Rolake," he said, trying to reassure her. "We'll face this together." Rolake felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, TJ has changed. Maybe he will finally take responsibility of his actions and be a good partner. But little did she know, TJ had other plans. One night, while Rolake was sleeping, TJ snuck out of the house. In the early hours of the day, Rolake woke up to an empty bed. She searched for TJ everywhere in the house, but she couldn't find him. Where could he be by this time? She wondered. This is just 6 a.m. Where could he have gone without telling me? She continued searching, but he was nowhere to be found. His friends swore they had not seen him. It was as if he vanished into the thin air. As the days turned into weeks, Rolake became desperate. She had no idea where TJ was or why he had left. She was alone, scared and pregnant. She couldn't face the shame. But she finally summoned the courage to go back to her parents' house to tell them the truth. She saw no better option. She stood outside their door, her heart pounding in her chest. She had no idea how they would react, but she knew she had to tell them the truth. Taking a deep breath, she knocked at the door. What if they don't let me in? What if this is the end for me? The door creaked open. What will happen next? Will her parents accept her? Or has she truly lost everything as thought? Watch out for part 2. Meanwhile, what lessons did you take from this story? Let us know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment and share. And also subscribe for more. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss part 2. And before you go, what's your favorite part of the story? Let's talk in the comment section, guys.